Good morning. It's a pretty disgusting day here today in Worcestershire, actually. Grey skies. It's extremely windy. It looks like it's about to rain. It's pretty Welsh, to be honest. So it's all kicking off here, and it's all kicking off in Wales. I've spent some time writing this script this morning about the Wales 20-mile-an-hour speed limit. So I'm going to read it to you off of my notes app, off of my phone. Can I help?
I've written you a new script.
What do you mean you've written me a new script?
Well, yours just wasn't punchy enough.
I thought the script was all right.
No, only some extra bits.
You've added some extra bits.
Yes, juicy. You'll like it.
What, I've got to use yours, have I?
Yeah, use this one.
It looks kind of the same. That was the gentleman. Do you remember I did that video about Sadiq Khan and he kept knocking on the sunroof and interrupting me? It's the same chap. I don't know how he found me here. The script looks pretty much the same, but I can see... Oh, he's put some bits in brackets. All right, well, we'll work our way through that anyway. Well, it's all kicking off in Wales this morning as a direct response to Sadiq Khan's fresh air in London. The Welsh have reacted by increasing their pollution across the 8,000 square miles of Wales by 33%. This morning, I saw a post in the Dull Men's Club on Facebook, an excellent group, by the way, saying the following. If you drive 10 miles at 30 mile an hour, it takes 20 minutes. If you drive 10 miles at 20 mile an hour, it takes 30 minutes. So Wales is now polluting 33% more than before. However, at 20 mile an hour, you're much more likely to be struggling between gears in a manual car or losing the will to live in an automatic car, meaning that 33% more pollution from the tailpipe is probably an underestimate. At 20 mile an hour, you're probably using first or second gear instead of third, putting the engine under more stress, using more power and pumping more out of the rear of the car. Let's take a little look at a Mail Online article from today. And this is probably the longest Mail Online article I've ever read. It's huge. I tried to copy it out and I thought my video will be forever long. So either they care or it's really, really, really good clickbait for this morning. And I guess you could accuse me of that, but at least I've got the decency to post the link to the petition that we're going to mention. It's here, it's in the comments, and it's in the description. So get it signed. Mail Online article. Furious motorists blast absolute nightmare new speed limit, which Penny Mordaunt says is punishing drivers as signs are defaced and vehicles do 20 in a 40 zone. And 80,000 sign a petition to reverse the decision. Thank you, Penny. Well, that's wrong, because when I wrote the first script, before he gave me this new edited one, it was 138,000. And when I uploaded this video, when I actually exported it from my editing app, it was that number. So it's gone up quite a lot. So I'm not going to read the entire article. Let's have some highlights. Yesterday, Mark Drakeford's communist dictatorship... No, you can't put that. Yesterday, Mark Drakeford's Labour government pushed through with their hugely unpopular enforcement of 20 mile an hour zones in all built-up residential areas in the country, ostensibly to save lives and cut costs. Right, I can see here where my script has changed from where he changed it. I've got a note here. Look, I'll show you. It says, tell them about excess deaths. I guess that's to do with the fact that more people are dying at the moment than pretty much ever before, and deaths, according to John Campbell's excellent videos, are through the roof across most age brackets, but most particularly in younger people. So really, if we're introducing a 20 mile an hour zone to cut costs and save lives, we would have been better off investigating why so many people are dying at the moment. I guess that's what he meant. The scheme was blasted as insane by Leader of the House of Commons, Penny Mordaunt, who said the Welsh Government has ignored businesses and ignored the public, and she claims the scheme is punishing drivers. I've got another one of his notes here. It says, tell them about the dodgy consultations. I guess what he means there is it's a little bit like what went on in London, where people... to do with the expansion of the ULEZ either weren't consulted or the consultations were faked or ignored. I mean, with that one as well, Sadiq Khan even went a level further, paid the scientists to give the results that he wanted and then publish those results. The scheme, which meant altering 30,000 road signs at a cost of £32 million, has been described as anti-worker, anti-road and anti-motorist. by Welsh Conservatives who have vowed to repeal it. I've got another note from him here. Tell them about the cost of living crisis and councils going broke. I guess he means the fact that the economy is tanking, inflation is skyrocketing, everybody is skint, everything is getting more expensive, the costs of living are beginning to outweigh the benefits of doing so, and councils like Birmingham and Woking are actually flat broke. So spending £32 million to change some road signs seems like a rather ludicrous thing to do given the current climate. Next bit. Mail Online has spoken to 50 people across South Wales since the 20-mile-an-hour limit came in, and only 2 were in favour, and one of them was a non-driver. I've got another note from him here. Tell them about the dodgy consultations. I've already told them about the dodgy consultations. Okay, well, let's just do that again in context of that. I was with a Welsh person the other day who told me that the way they consulted on this 20-mile-an-hour limit was by going around Cardiff city centre, speaking to students and mothers and saying to them, would you rather have your child hit by a car at 30 miles an hour or 20 miles an hour? That's weird, isn't it? Another consultation with a tiny group of people that are used with extremely loaded questions that make it very hard to go against the thing that's being consulted upon. Where else have we seen that? ULEZ, digital ID, digital currency, every other consultation that I've put on my YouTube channel ever. Oh yeah, we've seen it quite a lot. Retired engineer David Lewis, 74, of Treboeth, Swansea, said it is confusing because there are 20-mile-an-hour signs at the roadside while 30-mile-an-hour is painted on the road surface. Some of my family members are up in arms over it, he added. Oh, there's another note here from him. Tell them about the Mexican mayor. Tell them about the Mexican mayor. That's not appropriate. Why would you want me to put that Mexican mayor story in this?
Yeah, it's juicy.
Okay, so there was a situation in the city of Mexico where the mayor basically, he had promised something that he didn't deliver on, which is quite similar to delivering something that nobody wanted. And the locals took him out of his office, tied him to a horse and towed him through the street. Is that what you wanted me to tell them? You're not encouraging that, are you? Oh, you're not encouraging it? Okay. You just wanted me to make you aware that that's what happened in Mexico. Let's carry on. Award-winning laundry boss Arman Asghari, 44, who delivers in a 5-mile radius of his laundrette in Swansea, said, I did a practice run before the new law came in and it was like standing still. This is going to put my costs up. It will take my delivery drivers longer and my fuel bill will go up. Inflation going up. 20-mile-an-hour zones helping inflation to go up further. Inflation goes up more. People get poorer. Economy tanks. Well done, Mark Drakeford. Atua Rahman, a taxi driver in Swansea for 10 years, said traffic is much slower. It's going to make a journey more expensive on the meter. Prices go up. Inflation goes up. On economy tanks. Inflation goes up again. Everybody gets poorer. Well done, Mark Drakeford. If they held a public vote tomorrow, the people would go against it. And it goes on and on and on. But basically, Penny Mordaunt says it's insane, even by the standards of Labour's Welsh Government, who have proven that they are actually insane. Didn't Mark Drakeford just the other day even refer to himself and his cronies as a regime? What was the note that my man put earlier on? Communist dictatorship? Seems about right. They have ignored businesses and they have ignored the public. They are pushing ahead with this scheme despite huge opposition. Got a note there that says, tell them about Sadiq Khan. Well, yeah. I mean, if I said to you, ignored the businesses, ignored the public, ignored the consultation and did it anyway, you'd say, ULEZ! But no, this is hundreds of miles away in Wales. Same system, same playbook, same thing. It's almost like the same bad actors are pushing the agenda from above the people who are going to take the fall for this. Vandals have targeted new 20-mile-an-hour signs and either defaced or painted over them as an act of defiance. Some Welsh motorists have reported feeling scared to drive on roads amid the threat of penalties and widespread confusion about the new rules. Some drivers said they were scared to go out in case of being trapped by police, static cameras and mobile speed vans, with one elderly couple having cancelled their trip to Aberystwyth to visit family due to their fear of getting a £100 fine. There's another note here. It says, tell them about the plan to remove us all from the roads and keep us in constant fear. That's just a conspiracy theory. I've got to tell them about that. Okay, he wants me to let you know that there's a plan to remove us all from the roads, to remove private car ownership, get rid of cars completely, force us all to use public transport, but actually confine us to 15-minute cities using the cameras that have already gone up everywhere around the nation. The fact that we're all being pushed out of cars by the experience of driving becoming extremely unenjoyable and us being charged for everything ever. And the constant fear thing, well, you do live in constant fear of being caught by a camera. I thought that was just a conspiracy, but when you actually talk it through like that, it does seem like that's what's happening. Getting to the end now. Speaking to Mail Online, Nicola Ryder, 55, a carer for the elderly in Swansea, said, it won't stop the boy races, but it will impact on ordinary people going about their day. I'm okay because I look after 3 people a day and I can juggle it. But some of my colleagues are on the clock, and a new speed limit will affect them. If there was a referendum, people would vote no. We pay our taxes, but we weren't consulted on this. The people in the Senate just tell us to do as we are told. Terrible Welsh accent there. I apologise. And there's my final note there from my mystery scriptwriter that says, tell them about the Mexico mayor. The people in the Senate just tell us to do as we are told. The people in Mexico tied the mayor to a horse and pulled him through the streets. Well then, people of Wales, I think after that video you know exactly what to do. I don't mean the horse thing. I mean, go and fill in the petition. It's in the description, it's in the comments, and it's there again. So please go and put your thoughts in the comments. What do you think? I'm sorry for the mystery script writer who interrupted my video and gave me a new script, but I felt like it all turned out pretty well in the end, even though at one point in the video my machete fell down. Thanks for watching. Clown World.